All right, guys, we're back here in the hangar. Really appreciate you guys coming in and watching the video. We're going to do a little bit of an explanation, a little hangar time about the FMS Ranger, as you see here in the front of us. And obviously, you see that it looks a lot different. Um, already has taken a lot of time, probably 3 weeks from the time the crash, which was a couple of weeks ago, to this point. A lot of work went into it. Um, I'll give a little sneak real quick. It flew great, but we're going to talk about it right now and tell y'all about what RD done to get it to the point to paint, what we did to paint it, and where we're at right now with it, with new decals, new paint, a new paint scheme, where the idea came up about it, and all the fixes and stuff that RD needed to do to get it back to where it is right now. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hangar time with the new FMS, or with the FMS new looking Ranger. If y'all, I don't know if you can see it above the American flag back here, but that's the Ranger, how it comes with the green and the checkerboard up under the wings, all that kind of stuff. You've seen it fly before. So this is the new looking Ranger that we fixed back up. So I'll let RD go through the things that he done. I've had a lot of comments about some of the shorts I had of the painting, but what did he do to get it to the stage to get it to paint, and then we'll go from there as far as what we need to do to get it back flyable. So here it is, hangar time with the new improved, I guess you can say, FMS Ranger.
Guys, appreciate you being here today. Uh, we will go through this uh, briefly. I know you've probably seen where we had the accident where the thing would not get off the ground. Did we ever explain why? I don't think we did we? Why it didn't get off the ground?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Long story short, I took the airplane and tried to take off with it. Finally got it to full throttle, pulling back on the elevator. Nothing happened. It hit a landing light on the side. It tore that aileron up. It hit the landing light with that wing and crushed it back in. Bent the landing gear. Let's straighten it out. Of course, that's no problem. You bend the wires back and the landing gear is fine. The wing, however, was something different because when it hit, it tore off. As everybody knows, there's screws that hold these wings on from the underside, and they go into a plastic tab mounted to the fuselage. Well, two of those tabs broke off. And I didn't know how I was going to fix that to get that thing to go back in there and actually hold it. You just couldn't glue those tabs onto the other without some sort of support. So what I did is I took barbecue skewers. I glued two of them together. I put them in the insert where it broke off with the nut plate in there. I put them in there with hot glue, sharpened the ends of it, and I drove it through. I drove the skewers and that thing through the styrofoam in there and let it sit up, and it was rock solid. That one on this side and one on the other side the same way. The wing was dented terribly. And how I got that back out is my wife had me a little steamer for this with a control nozzle on it where I could put water in it and steam that thing back out. So I got the wings. They're about 98%, but it's a whole lot better than what it was. I fixed that. The aileron was torn off, and I put it on with nylon hinges that I had bought. So we got the airplane put back together, but it just looked terrible. I really liked the original paint scheme that it came with, but we were new to the hobby. And the clear I put on it was polyurethane. And the polyurethane on the white just turned like coffee. It was awful. And it just ruined my airplane. It took the love out of this airplane for me because it just looked terrible. So when I crashed it, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the thing completely apart. I'm going to go back through the airplane, make sure everything is okay. And I'm going to take this airplane and make it mine. I'm going to make it different. Everybody's been asking what prep work did I do? First of all, I had to get all the decals off of it, and there was a lot of decals that covered a big area. And I discovered when you take these things off, it opens the cells on the styrofoam that like leaves miniature hair all over it. It was just a mess. And I tried to put the primer on there and sand it, and it wouldn't do it. I mean, it just made it worse. You can't sand an open cell in these things; it just tears it up. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is everywhere that I've taken the decals off, I took polyacrylic men wax and I covered those up. And when I went to sanding and all this kind of stuff, it wouldn't touch the actual foam, and it made the top smooth again. So what I did is I put that over all where the decals were. Then I had Keith take it out there and primer the thing all up. And when he got it all primered up, then I started sanding. That's the men wax we use, the polyacrylic.
Everybody asks. That's what we're using right there.
Polyacrylic. If you get polyurethane or anything other than that, it's going to turn on you. Yep. This keeps it nice and clear.
Nice and clear. It makes the colors pop.
Yeah, it makes the colors really pop on it. This airplane looks like a balsa plane, don't it?
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, I got all that done, and then I started primering. And all the places that had little divots and stuff in it, I took spackle. And I put the spackle in there, and I sanded all that off. And then after I got it all sanded out and ready to paint, I put another coat of clear on it to lay all this stuff down. So if I had to go back after the clear and sand on it, which I did in a couple of places, we got a couple little runs, and I went back and sanded them out. But the poly clear underneath it kept me from going into the foam, which opens up more work for you. So after I got that done, I turned it over to Keith. He took it outside with rattle can Krylon white.
Yeah, Krylon all in one. In fact, I did a short on it.
And it turned out really good. Then after that, I come back with acrylic blue. And I wanted something different, so this is the design I come up with. And what I did was I painted this. I was going to spray it. I've got a brand new sprayer down here, airbrush, pump, and all that kind of stuff. But I realized I was going to have to tape a lot of white up, and I didn't want to risk, even though I had low adhesion tape, I didn't want to risk pulling the paint off and opening up another box of worms. So basically what I did was I just took it and put me a small piece of tape along there, and I hand brushed it. I brushed it by hand. When I got through, I come back with blue, dark blue pinstripe, and I went along the lines to separate the two. It turned out a lot better than, well, it's just a vast improvement of the way I had it. I mean, I like the original style of it, but this is different. This is my Ranger.
Yeah.
But I would have never touched it before. And the decals on it, guess what? KD over there made them. I don't think there's one decal on here that we bought.
Yeah, all these are made.
All these are handmade. He made them. And the airplane just turned out great. Oh, and something else. I got chrome spokes on the wheels. I had to chrome the wheels. I even chrome the exhaust pipe.
It looks good.
Yeah, it really looks good. It turned out well, and to be honest with you, you haven't seen it yet. I was a little afraid to fly it, and the reason was you have to be careful, and I learned this lesson. You have to be careful about what all you put on these airplanes, because when I got this airplane originally, it was just a little bit tail heavy, and I had to put little bitty shots of lead in the front to get it to CG. Well, after I painted it, oh my Lord, it was bad tail heavy. All that paint on the ass end of it over there. And we wound up putting 11 ounces in the nose.
11 ounces of pyramid fishing lead in the front of that thing.
Yeah, to get it to CG out.
And with the battery.
Yeah, and it CG's out.
It is heavy.
Fine.
It is heavy.
It is heavy.
I had a comment. Somebody made a comment on one of the shorts about it being was worried about it being heavy in flight. Well, yeah, obviously that crossed our mind, but and you'll see later in another video shortly. It, it flew great.
Yeah,
It looked to me it flew like it flew better.
And immediately when I texted out, Keith said, I can tell by the sound of the thing on the runway it's a lot heavier.
Yeah,
and
you can tell it. Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah, it was.
Instead of that high pitched rattling noise, it was like a rumble.
Yeah.
And so, but like I say, it took off with no problem.
Yep.
It flew with no problem. I trimmed it out.
I'm gonna say other than a little bit of trimming.
Yeah, it did great. And when I come in for landing, I thought the landing was pretty good. I have got to do better on my landings and getting the airplane closer to the ground in front of me. Because when it comes by you, you don't really realize if it's turned or going straight. You don't realize which way it's going. And what I've got to do is start getting it down closer to the ground out from it and setting it down in front of me. Because as the airplane come by me and I turned around and looked, I realized the airplane had drifted to the side of the runway. And you'll see in the landing, I had to turn it a little bit to get it back on the runway. Mm-hmm. And but other than that, I mean, the thing flew great. It looks fabulous in the air.
The flying video is really good. So it'll be coming up shortly. So y'all stay tuned.
Oh, another thing I did was if y'all have noticed, the windows in this thing are a lot different than the way it comes. The way it comes, it's got the one square in the side. I took the windows and wrapped it all the way around it.
Yeah. And
on the edge of the windows, the framework is chrome tape. Metal tape, and I cut me some little pieces and sewed it up with that. And like I said, another thing I did too, I noticed this was getting a little, it was getting a little loose. So I put me a little tongue depressor right there and cut me a little slit right there. It ain't coming off now. Where before you can kind of take it and pick it up a little bit. It's there
now.
It's there now. So I get that thing in that slot like that and push it down in there, and man, it's there.
You did another. Oh, we did the Wacos that way.
We did the Wacos that way. We've done a lot of our airplanes that way.
I'll do a walk around here at the end of the video and show y'all what the Ranger looks like up close with the camera.
Yeah,
it turned out really good.
And it flew.
I thought it flew great.
It flew great. I told Keith, I said, I'm a little bit nervous about it because it's so dang heavy. I mean, you actually picked this airplane up, and it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
So, in order for it to fly like it did, I was really surprised, number one, and so happy, number two, because I really liked the airplane. The airplane used to fly great, and it still flies great.
Yep.
I can just tell it is heavier than what it was.
It's 11 ounces heavier, I know that.
Yeah, it's 11 ounces heavier in the nose. But, and really, I can't really say that we put 11 ounces in the nose because we took 3 packages of those little.
Yeah, you probably took 4 out of it.
Yeah, so we probably put what, 8, 7 in the.
We took the original ones out and just put some bigger ones in.
Yeah, we just put bigger ones in.
But we put 11 ounces in and probably took out 4.
Yeah,
something like that.
Because I had 3 packages of
the little not bullet weights, but a little
lead weights you clamp on your line for brim fishing and stuff. Yep. So I had 3 bags of them in the front. We got rid of them. So, but like I said, the airplane turned out great. I love the way it looks. I like the paint design on it. And Keith done great on the decals, and I just everything about it is now like I like it. I'm proud of the airplane again.
Yeah, you can take it out and enjoy it. Because like I already said before, that polyurethane we was using, it yellowed out the white on a couple of our planes.
The darker colors, you can't hardly notice it.
His W190 that he crashed and had to redo it, that had a little bit of yellow to it. My BF109 in the white, it's got a little yellow tint to it. But to me now with the BF109, it kind of makes it look weathered, like the World War II planes were. So I ain't really worried about that. But these newer style planes with white, go with the polyacrylic. I mean, if you don't, it's going to yellow you. A polyurethane will yellow the white out. And just light colors, but white Looks like mud,
Yeah,
like coffee almost.
like coffee. It looked like
tea or
coffee
something.
stain.
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah.
it really hurt my. The only places it was white was where the decals, the clear decals, was over and the white shined through. But everywhere it was just plain white, was like a golden coffee color or something.
It was terrible.
It was awful. So don't use that. That's
Yeah.
not good. But I'm still doing the brushwork, and honestly, the brushwork turned out fine.
Yeah,
You can't tell it.
Yeah, you can't tell it.
You
use good paints, and a good brush is very important.
Yeah, that's the key right there. Good
when laying this paint on these planes, and paint in general. I mean, you need good brushes. Spend the extra money and get you a good set of brushes to paint with.
Keith will show you on the walk around. All the hinges are chrome. I took a little chrome tape, done the hinges and the door handles. I was gonna put my leading edges back on there with the tape, but my wife said, "No, I like it blue." So
yeah,
I didn't put that on there.
I like it blue myself.
And
that color.
But like I said, it's just a fabulous plane that I really, really, really like again. I had put it up there and just forgot about it. I mean, I was that disgusted with it because it just looked so bad. But it looks really good now, and I'm proud to call it mine again, and it flies great. I don't know of anything else we did to it other than that. I went back through all the controls. I went back through all of that and zeroed them out. And
I already tell you, it's not hard work. It's more tedious and time consuming.
And sometimes aggravating.
And it can be aggravating, but that's part of the hobby. It is what it is. You know, you're learning, and I know he learned a lot from it. I did too. So
you got to understand though, when you put sandpaper to foam, it tears that cell, the top of that cell off, and it just kind of, it's just terrible. And that's the reason I said it's got a lot of clear on it, but a lot of the clear is to seal that from the actual work and the sanding that I did.
That's the reason why the paint is laid so smooth. I mean, that paint laid really good.
Yeah, I mean, really, it looks like a balsa plate.
Yeah.
So, well, take them around and show what it looks like.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a walk around. As always, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us here at DRAWDY RC. I'm hoping by the time this video shows, as of right now, we are 2 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. And guys, I cannot thank y'all enough for that. Me and RD are ecstatic about it.
We're shocked
at the support we're getting, and I cannot thank y'all enough for the support and the comments and everybody that's joined in with this and the journey that me and RD are on. That we just started playing around and said, "Hey, let's do a YouTube channel and tell the people what we learned." And look where we're at. We're right here at 1,000 subscribers a year into the channel, and I want to just personally thank y'all for that. Instagram is blowing up. I can't say enough. Thank y'all very much for the support.
You know, we started out with one thing in mind, and that's that we went into this, and to have y'all come along with us where we went into it knowing absolutely nothing.
We were green.
We knew nothing. We had never flown before, never been around it before. All we saw was what we saw on TV, and we said, "Hey, we want to do this." Well, it was a little more in depth than we thought.
Go back about a year when me and RD first started doing it. Look at some of that goofy stuff we done. But hey, we
especially
learned.
With the airplanes we flew.
Yeah, we started off with these Flightline 800 millimeter tossers, and that was absolutely the wrong thing to do.
Yeah,
but we learned. We tore up some really nice planes, but they're on our wall of shame over there. We glued them all back together and made them look good, and that's it. That's where they're at.
Hey, we went out there and we was gonna say, okay, let's be real with it, but let's don't be stupid with it. Let's bring the people along, and we would do our little intro, and here's what we're gonna do, and the flight would last like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Whoop, poof, and the dirt it went.
We were terrible.
We were
terrible. And we posted the videos. We knew what we done. We thought we knew what we done. And we had a lot of support along the way there. Hey, try this, try that, try this, try that. And to be honest with you, a lot of that stuff helped us. So thank you.
And we didn't have a whole lot of luck either.
No.
I mean, Keith was flying a brand new P-51 in a field of grass And 50 yards to our right was a concrete tennis court. Guess where the airplane went down?
Nose first at 100 miles an hour in that tennis court.
On that tennis
That
court.
P-51 disintegrated.
Yep. So
Foam planes can disintegrate. I know that firsthand.
yeah, especially hit concrete.
Guys, thank y'all. I'm gonna do a walk around of the plane, let y'all see what it looks like. And until the next video, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us. I hope this answers some questions that some of you had about what we've done to get the Ranger to this point. I hope it does. If you don't, we didn't cover something, please comment down below and let us know. We'll try to answer it on the next
And if you're
go-round.
visiting us, subscribe. Put us over that 1,000.
Yep. Please tell your friends and your family about
Yeah.
DRAWDY RC. We appreciate it. So I'm gonna do a walk around. Till next time, y'all be good. Keep flying.
God bless you.
We'll see y'all later.